Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Shubham Ojha and today we are going to talk about OTA. OTA stands for over the air technology and it's one of the most important technology we need to develop in this decade. From 2031 to till 2030 we are going to see a major change in automotive industry in respect to autonomous vehicle, connected vehicle, electric vehicle as well as shared vehicle. If you're talking about vehicle of the current scenario, we have around 24 ECUs per vehicle, or you can say into the most complicated vehicle, and they have around 30 million of line of codes. But as the time is moving fast, we are moving in the automotive industry, we are going to see a majority of involvement of these kind of ECUs, and they are going to increase by 2 to 3 times in these kind of vehicles, and these vehicles are going to have around 100 million of line of codes to make this vehicle safer for the community to drive. So in this video we are going to learn about what OTA is, how it is beneficial for the automotive industry and how OTA works, and the future of OTA as well as challenges for OTA in respect to India, because India is going to develop at a very good pace during this decade. We are seeing a majority of startups working in the automotive industry to develop the technology for automotive industry in terms of IT as well as electronic. So as you can see in this image, there is an OTA client which is your vehicle, there is an OTA cloud, and the data is being shared through this cloud information using L3G, LTE and satellite. LTE will play a majority, or you can say major role in these kind of software. First, in this video we will learn about why automotive industry need it. So if you're talking about why automotive industry need it, we have around, in 2008 we have around 8 million of car recalled due to software defects. So you can see the majority of involvement of software are going to create a lot of mess in this automotive industry, because we are not able to handle these kind of softwares, or you can say handle this kind of infrastructure that we are developing. If you're talking about automotive industry, they have always been about the mechanical components, or you can say always about the engine performance. But as the strict norms get stricter, we need to have an involvement of IT as well as electronic to control the vehicle and to make the vehicles fast as well as make less pollution for the community. So according to a news, there are 50% of car recalls are due to softwares, and according to Ericsson forecast, they forecasted that 700 million of cars would be connected cars by 2025. So you can see the amount of challenge, or you can say the major facing challenge is still to come, and we have to tackle these kind of challenges through OTA. And if you're talking about the major loss that happened to the you can say OEMs if they are recalling their vehicle, is that they have to spend a large amount on the car. According to 2016 valuation, there was approximate 22 billion money spent on recalling their car, because we need to have a proper chain, and for that we need to spend money to get the extra manpower as well as recalling the vehicle, giving the compensation, changing the parts, changing the software. So these kind of things need to be invested, and they are an extra money that company is spending. And if they have any kind of solution, or you can say shortcut, they could have saved this 22 million in 2016. Second thing that plays a major role, you can say, in the automotive industry is the brand value. Brand value names, or you can say the brand value plays a major role. And if you have a proper reputation, why Toyota is world's biggest manufacturer, or you can say world's largest manufacturer, because they have a reputation of building a car that are going to be much more cheaper as well as less expensive for the customers, because they don't have to spend a much more amount on getting it service on a regular basis. They are facing problem. So these kind of things are making Toyota ahead from all the other OEMs in the market. That's why if they want to have a proper building, or you can say proper amount of things, it decreases the brand value. After that, third one is the time waste for customer and company, and it decreases the customer satisfaction and customer value in terms of wasting their times, and they sometimes get so frustrated that they sell their vehicle on the hand if they found that their vehicle need to be recalled. So these kind of things are creating problem for automotive industry. That's why we need to move toward OTA. Now we will learn about what OTA is. If you're talking about OTA, OTA is an over-the-air technology, and it's which through an automotive industry will update their vehicle software troubleshoot using the radio inference, or you can say interference, or Wi-Fi or cellular. So in my previous video we talked about connected vehicle, and there was two kind of things. First one is embedded, and the second one is tetrahide. In tetrahide we have to have a proper amount of software as well as hardware, but in that system we don't have, you can say, eSIM provided by the OEM. But in embedded vehicles we are going to see a connection from the OEM, so that they can control the vehicle and they can put the vehicle on time whenever there is a requirement for software to be updated and there is any trouble. So these kind of things are need to be checked. And if you're talking about how big thing is, the Tesla updated their self-driving feature using this technology. So you can see that automotive industry are already accepting it and is working on it. So Tesla was the first automotive industry that you can say updated their self-driving technology using this technology, and they developed these kind of things in future. So if you're talking about their vehicle, they have all the equipment equipped in their vehicle, and they just need to activate the system, and they activated it and uploaded the software using OTA. So you can see how convenient it is. It's just like your cell phone, and it's just like your mobile device which you are watching this video on, and it's just get the vehicle updated within the time you are traveling, or within the time you are getting your vehicle washed on the service center. So as I told you, it works way as a software update take place. Now we need to know how OTA works. So OTA works in a different way, or you can say is same way as your cell phone gets updated. You have OEM, then you have network, then network communicate with your car. What OEM does, you can say what OEM does, it upload software, network collects it, car download, plus you can say upload to system. So these kind of things take place when you are developing these kind of softwares. So what happen is OEM basically sends all the data to a cloud-based service, and these cloud-based service are basically, you can say, a public domain, or you can say public internet, and these kind of things get stored in the local server, or you can say cloud internet. And nearest to your vehicle we have different kind of connections, and these connections communicate with public internet, and they basically download these kind of software in their areas. And whenever your vehicle feel we have to download these kind of things, they basically just download it and store it in the back end of TCU, telematic control unit. So they basically store it, and whenever your vehicle is at stop plus condition to install, they get installed. So these kind of things basically works as good as your cell phone. In your cell phone we have these kind of things. First they got uploaded to an cloud, then cloud gets that data to the local server, and the local server get it downloaded to your phone. And whenever there is a downloadation in your phone, we get an update request, and when we accept the request, we get it updated in our vehicle. So these kind of things need to be worked with a very good hands, and we need to have a proper connection. That's why automotive industry is working on cyber security. In my next video I'm going to talk about these kind of things, so for that you can subscribe to my channel, and please leave a feedback how I can improve these kind of videos in the future. So now we will talk about the other point, which is the challenge for OTA. So if you're talking about challenges, first we need to know about the availability. Availability is play a major role. As a customer we don't want any downtime. Till now what we have to do is, in an electric vehicle such like as Tesla, we need to put our vehicle on charge to get update. You can see we need to put our vehicle on charge to get these kind of update, and in IC engine we need to have a parking engaged, as well as our vehicle in a stop condition to get these kind of software updated. So these kind of things are very frustrated for the customer, because they don't want to waste their time just like waiting there getting the software developed, as well as it need to have a fast update. It's not like it's taking an hour to get your vehicle updated. Second one is the security will play a major role because there are so many people, or you can say there are so many community which work against these kind of things, and if somehow something goes wrong, there will be harm to customer, pedestrian, as well as the community that the vehicle is being driven in. So these kind of things need to be take care, and for that automotive industry are working very good. By 2025 we are going to see a major change in cyber security, especially for automotive sector. So in the next video we will talk in the detail about security as well as cyber security for autonomous vehicle. Third one is the infrastructure need to be developed at a very good pace. We need to have a proper connection, we need to have proper grids, we need to have, you can say, proper amount of networking around all the community and all the city, so that your vehicle can communicate to the, you can say, the outer ones, and they can get the data from surroundings. So these kind of things will play a major role. After that we need to have fast as well as low cost of connectivity will play a major role, and if we don't put our focus on these things, so fast as well as low, it will create a mess for the automotive industry. Because if your vehicle is being driven, it's using the data, it's getting the real-time navigation, real-time data from your vehicle, sending it to the OEM, then OEM updated it and sees if there any problem. So these kind of things need to be updated on a regular basis, and for that we have to be a major player of the, you can say, connectivity. So these kind of things need to work on, and if somehow some country is able to do both, they will be the winner of this kind of thing. So we need, as an Indian, we need to work on these kind of things, making connectivity fast as well as low for these kind of technologies to be developed in India. So now let's talk about the future is very bright for OTA. Why? Because it saves our time in service. How? So if you will get a proper amount of data from your vehicle, you will get to know how your vehicle can be serviced on time. Suppose that what happened in this, your OEM, or you can say OEM's service center are collecting your data from your vehicle, and they get to know that what kind of problem your vehicle is facing right now, and they call you, sir, your clutch plate is going to want, sir, your brake is going to want, and they will basically alarms you on different kind of areas that you need to get your vehicle service, and they will fix your appointment. You don't have to call them, you have a proper appointment on beforehand, and you will have a parts arranged, so that what happen is when you go to a service center, your vehicle is ready to be serviced within an hour or two, and you will get your vehicle on hand. So these kind of things will basically help in developing the OTA future, and it will basically increase these kind of things. After that we have traffic live data. Sometimes we talk about that getting the navigation data right on the time, because it's delay by you can say some period of interval, or you can say a period of time in terms of IT, or you can say in terms of computer science. So traffic live data would be a major role player, and if somehow we get the real data on your vehicle, it means that your vehicle need to be connected through an internet. So these kind of things need to be in a proper chain. So it will help in saving, you can say, CO2, because a majority of time is being wasted, you can say, by the drivers by waiting on the traffic lights and these kind of things. We will have less congestion, and we will have less traffic on the, you can say, on the roads, because we will get to know about the real time of data, which road is being empty, and your vehicle will be navigated through your destination using that path. So it will save fuel as well as it will help in reducing the CO2 emissions and less of facelift. The majority of amount is being wasted by the company on developing a facelift. First they develop their product, then they have a feedback, then the feedback is again go to companies, then company develop another product using some kind of changes. So these kind of things can be stopped, and the majority of time that company will invest in developing a software as well as electronic goods. There is one more challenge I want to talk about, which is about developing a good semiconductor components, because we have a lot of, you can say, electronic components, and we need to develop these kind of components at a very good pace and at very good quality, so that they don't have to be and we don't have to be basically compromise on the basis of quality and quantity. So these kind of things need to be tackled, and that's it from my side, and we have discussed every and each point on this OTA software. And what are your points on this kind of technologies, how we should move towards these kind of technology? Please leave your feedback in the comment section. And if you love this video, feel free to watch this video again and again, and share this video with your loved ones and friends and family, so that they can also learn about these kind of technologies. And if you have any suggestion, feel free to comment down below regarding the videos and how I can improve my further videos. Till then, have a nice day and peace.